I know you saw the unboxing. It's all laid out, getting ready to put it together. What's up, YouTube? Get our directions out. Got everything laid out so that we can find it easy. Got a lot of the cardboard and garbage up. Using some of the cardboard to protect my floor. This page 1 will show you all the parts you're supposed to have. So this is showing building it on the car. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the main piece right there. And then we're going to assemble it. That's A. We're going to assemble B to it. These 2 horizontal holes. And then we're going to use the 127 millimeter bolts. If you go back to this page, you're going to see that 127 millimeter bolts are the medium-sized ones. So let's go find those first. Got your bag of hardware here. The directions say to install this into your hitch. To start assembling the rack. Right here and here. It's showing it already on the car and then putting it together. I'm going to try to assemble it on the floor. This is the way they're telling you to do it. I'm going to do it my way. It's just what I do. But right here, the hitch hole finder is this right here. Slide it into the receiver. You loosen up this thumb screw, and then so it slides in. You find your hole, you put your hitch pin in, and then you slide this down until it touches the edge and lock it down. That way you're not fumbling with the big heavy rack trying to find the hitch pin. It's already set for you. You slide it all the way in, you slide the hitch pin in. So that's kind of a cool feature. Pretend that is in the car. We're going to take the end. The Volt Lift is going to be pointed up, like so. The hook is pointed up, so when you have it in your car, you'll be able to read Volt Lift on the back, like so. So this is going to go like that. You can see right here they have a bar it's going to rest on. We're going to put it in there. We're going in over top of this bar that I just showed you. So we're resting it on top of this bar, and then we're putting a bolt in here and here. Put the bolt with 1 washer on it. We'll go through. Keep 1 washer on. It's going to go all the way through. You're going to put another washer on the other side, and then the nut, like that. Get them lined up. Okay, the next step is to assemble the 2 ramps. Part C goes on a D. You're going to put 2 30 millimeter screws in the side, each side. They're going to be the rounded ones. Make sure that each one has a split lock washer on it. And then in the bottom here, you're going to put 2 20 millimeters. And they're the ones that got the raised edge. I don't know what it's called, but it's got like a thumb screw. When you're putting this, you see in the side of this ramp, there's the threaded holes in the side and on the bottom and on the other side. You notice that these on the bottom are raised. That's going to help you line up these holes. You can see that these have bigger holes and smaller holes. Slide that down over top, and the bigger holes will fall right over the existing bolts, and that helps you line it up. Now all your screw holes are lined up. So the 2 20 millimeters will go on the bottom. I already did the other ramp. It's the same for both. Make sure each one has a split lock washer. It's called a lock washer because you can see how it's split. When the bolt tightens down on it, the tension keeps, or the spring metal keeps tension on the screw head so that it won't unthread from vibration. But make sure there's one on each bolt. And then these also have thread locker already on the bolts. That also is going to help keep them from backing out while you're driving down the road or something from all the vibration. Get them all in, then go around and tighten them. You're going to do the same thing for both ramps. Once you got them all in, go ahead and tighten them down really good. These are the Allen wrenches that came with the kit, so you don't need any special tools. Hyperax supplies them all for you. So now I have both the ramps put together. So now it's telling you to pull the pin. So the knob is on this side. So if you pull that knob, your ramp slides down. And slide back up and lock into place. So what we're going to do now, see these slots here are going to go over these hooks. These are the slots. We're going to go over the hooks, and then we're going to take the 150 millimeter bolt right here, and bolt it through. So these, if you can see through there, there's bars in the slots. Those bars are going to go underneath these hooks to help hold it on. Extend the ramp because it's in the way of the hooks. Pull it out, then slide it down over the hooks. You have to slide the ramp out for it to go down over the hooks. It's your 150 millimeter bolt. Take off one washer. Leave one washer on. Slide it through and bolt it. Get your wrench. Your Allen key that fits the 150 bolt. And tighten it up. Going to do the same thing with the other ramp, except the wheel basket's going to be on this side. You can see now the knob is here. Pull it out, extend the ramp. Again, put the slots down over the hook. It's that easy. The other 150 millimeter bolt, take one washer and the nut off. Slide it through and snug it down. Use the Allen wrench to hold it. Use the other wrench to turn, or vice versa. Snug it up. I'm not sure how tight it needs to be yet. Make sure your straps don't get caught underneath the ramp when you put it on, or you'll be taking it back off. Nice ratcheting reel strap. Center bar. I'm going to put it in right here. The center bar and the hook's ready. And that's going to be it. We're going to need a 60mm bolt with the 2 washers and a nut. And then that removable pin. Get those ready. You can see here the bolt holes. It's going to go down right there. Your bolt is only going to go in the top one because the bottom one is going to be for this hitch pin. Now this has a cable on it so you don't lose it. So stick the bolt through it. Slide that down and go ahead and put that through the first hole. You can go ahead and stick this pin to help hold it through like that. Washer, then the nut, and tighten it down. Now this is a locking nut because you want it tight, but not so tight that you won't be able to maneuver this. When you pull this pin out, you should be able to slide that down to get it out of your way to load your bikes. Grab your hooks. Notice how one hook is longer than the other one. It says right here, when you have 2 bikes with different top tube positions, you can swap the location of the hooks. I'm going to put the shorter hook on the outside away from the car. And put it on first because I use it to clamp down on the step-through bike. So you can see in here, you can see the ridges there. When you push that in, it releases it. Then when you look on the bar, you can see the ridges. You're going to get it lined up and then just press down on the top. It even has a sticker that tells you press down. The smaller hook I'm putting on the outside so it'll clamp all the way down, and then the longer hook I'm putting on the inside facing the car. Nice feature too. So you see the hook is locked. You can pull this out. The hook will spin out of the way. That could come in handy. And then you just pull it, lift up, let it lock again. Here is the key lock. When you lock it, you won't be able to push in and lift it up and down. That's how you would release the bike. So you can push it all the way down, lock it. Nobody can get your bike off the rack. When you push it down, lock the key on both. Nobody can simply come up and push it, raise it up, take your bike. So that'll be locked with the added security of the cable lock and the hitch pin lock. That's your triple security on your e-bikes when you're traveling. So now we're left with these. Those are small wheel adapters. So if your e-bike has the smaller tires, you're going to bolt them on like that so that it'll cradle the tire. That'll be when you load your bike. You'll know if you need that or not. That's what these leftover screws are. I'll show you how to put them on. 2 sets. This is a set. You got these are going to have the threaded nuts welded onto them, and the other side doesn't. You're going to put your bike in here. Once you get your bike loaded, And if your back wheel comes up to say here, your wheel goes like that. Take your threaded part, slide it up inside, push it up against your wheel. Take the side that's not threaded and push it down on it. You're going to use, again, a lock washer. And go 2 long bolts through the outside and 2 of these shorties on the inside. Now these are the only bolts you have left. So you should have 4 long ones, 4 short ones. Short one here. Long ones on the outside. Tighten them down. You might want to just get them in there. Then you can slide this up, get your wheels where you want them, slide it up tight, tighten it down, do it on both sides. It's a pretty nice feature actually. Ratchet strap buckle extenders. You can actually use them over here. Slide them down like so to make your strap longer. Got these rubber pads. What these are for is to put over your bike bar. So if your bar is here, you're going to clamp this down around your bar, Velcro it on there, and then when you use those hooks, it won't scar up your bar. So they're worried about. It's another nice feature if you're worried about it. I'm not particularly worried about it. And then you have some more Velcro straps to use as added security on your bikes when you load them. So you got your wheel straps, your ratchet and wheel straps, and then you got these Velcro straps that they show you putting around the bikes there. And then these come down. They come down through here and they strap your bike down. It's just for added safety. You can see here, if your bike wheel is too far, it's where you might need to use these extender straps. They're using it here. This one's down tight, and then this one's extended. Just depends on how long your bikes are and if you're going to need them or not. This shows you the routing of your security cable and how you can route it through. You can route it through this hole and then through your bikes and wheels, and then lock it onto through itself, through that loop. Go through those holes over there on the frame and then put the lock on the end. That's it. It's pretty easy to put together. Show you what this wheel dolly's for. We got another pin for it. Going to slide this right over the end here. Stick your pin through. Lock it down on there. Now you can wheel this thing wherever you want. Still pretty heavy. Not sure how I'm going to get it out the door. Next video we'll be taking this out. Definitely be utilizing that wheel dolly. Somehow get it out that door. And loading it on the car and getting the bikes loaded up. And then we'll see if we need these small wheel adapters, which I don't think we will.